As we embark on this exploration together, I want you to remember that everything, yes, everything in your world is a reflection of your consciousness. The experiences you encounter, the people you meet, and the circumstances you face are all projections of your inner state. With this fundamental truth in mind, let us delve into the ways in which kindness, when misunderstood or misapplied, can indeed ruin your life, not in the conventional sense, but in a way that will ultimately lead to your transformation and awakening. Let us begin with the first way. Kindness, when stemming from a place of lack or unworthiness, can ruin your life by perpetuating a false self-image. Now, my dear friends, understand that true kindness is a natural expression of your divine nature. It flows effortlessly from a state of abundance, love, and self-worth. However, many of us have been conditioned to believe that we must be kind in order to be worthy of love, acceptance, or success. We use kindness as a means to fill a perceived void within ourselves. This kind of kindness, let's call it conditional kindness, is not really kindness at all. It is a mask we wear, a performance we put on in hopes of gaining approval, avoiding rejection. When we act from this place, we are not being true to ourselves. We are living in a state of lack, constantly seeking external validation to feel complete. But remember, you are already complete. You are already whole. You are a perfect expression of the divine, lacking nothing. When you perform acts of kindness from this state of lack, you are affirming to the universe that you are incomplete, that you need something outside of yourself to be worthy. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, will continue to reflect this belief back to you. To truly understand this, we must revisit the law of assumption. Whatever you assume to be true, whatever state you occupy in your imagination, must be made manifest in your outer world. If you assume that you need to be kind to be worthy, you will continually find yourself in situations where your worth is questioned, where you feel compelled to prove yourself through acts of kindness. The solution, my friends, is not to cease being kind. Rather, it is to shift your consciousness to a state of completeness, of divine self-worth. From this state, kindness flows naturally, not as a means to an end, but as a joyful expression of your true nature. When you give from your overflow, rather than from a place of lack, you transform not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. Imagine, if you will, that you are a chalice filled to the brim with the purest, most radiant light. This light is your true essence, your divine nature. When you act from this state of fullness, your kindness becomes a natural overflow of this light. It does not deplete you, for you are constantly filled from an infinite source. This is the kindness that transforms, that uplifts, that truly makes a difference in the world. So, my dear listeners, if you find that your acts of kindness are leaving you feeling drained, unappreciated, or somehow less than, pause and examine your state of consciousness. Are you giving from lack or from abundance? Are you seeking to fill a void or expressing your innate completeness? Remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. Change your concept of self, and you change your world. Now, let us move on to the second way in which kindness, when misunderstood, can ruin your life. Kindness, when used as a means of avoiding conflict or suppressing your true feelings, can lead to a life of quiet desperation and unfulfillment. Many of us have been taught that being kind means always putting others first, never saying no, and avoiding any form of conflict. We smile and nod when we want to scream. We agree when we desperately want to disagree. We say yes when every fiber of our being is crying out to say no. This, my friends, is not kindness. This is self-betrayal masked as virtue. True kindness, rooted in self-love and authenticity, sometimes requires us to set boundaries, to speak our truth, even when it may cause temporary discomfort. When we consistently suppress our true feelings and desires in the name of being kind, we are denying our own divine nature. We are telling the universe that our needs, our desires, our very essence is less important than maintaining a facade of harmony. But remember, you are here to be fully, gloriously, unabashedly you. You are a unique expression of the divine with your own desires, your own path, your own purpose. When you consistently deny this in the name of misguided kindness, you are not only doing yourself a disservice, but you are denying the world the gift of your authentic self. Imagine, if you will, a beautiful instrument, perhaps a violin of the finest craftsmanship. This violin was created to produce the most exquisite music. But what if, in the name of kindness, this violin never allowed itself to be played? What if it remained silent, fearing that its music might disturb others or create conflict? The world would be robbed of its beautiful melodies, and the violin would never fulfill its purpose. You, my dear friends, are like this violin. You have within you a unique song, a divine melody that only you can play. When you silence yourself in the name of misguided kindness, you deny the world your music. You deny yourself the joy of full self-expression. So how do we remedy this? The answer lies, as always, in our consciousness. We must shift our concept of kindness from one of self-denial to one of authentic self-expression. True kindness includes kindness to oneself. It includes honoring your own needs, speaking your truth, and allowing yourself to be fully seen and heard. This doesn't mean becoming selfish or inconsiderate of others. Rather, it means finding a balance between honoring yourself and considering others. It means recognizing that your needs and feelings are just as valid and important as anyone else's. It means understanding that by being true to yourself, you give others permission to do the same. When you operate from this state of authentic kindness, you'll find that your relationships become deeper, more genuine. You'll attract people who appreciate and respect the real you, not just the agreeable facade you've been presenting. You'll find yourself in situations that truly align with your desires and values, rather than those you've reluctantly agreed to out of a misplaced sense of obligation. Remember, the world doesn't need another martyr. The world needs you, the real, authentic, fully expressed you. That is the greatest kindness you can offer. Now let us explore the third way in which kindness, when misapplied, can ruin your life. Kindness, when used as a means of controlling outcomes or manipulating others, can lead to disappointment, resentment, and a distorted view of relationships. Many of us, consciously or unconsciously, use kindness as a sort of cosmic bargaining chip. We believe that if we are kind enough, giving enough, selfless enough, the universe or the people in our lives will reward us with what we desire. We give with the expectation of receiving. We are kind with the hope that this kindness will be returned. In essence, we are trying to control the behavior of others and the outcomes in our lives through our acts of kindness. But my dear friends, this is not how the universe operates. The law of assumption tells us that it is not our actions but our state of consciousness that creates our reality. When we give with the expectation of receiving, we are operating from a state of lack. We are assuming that we need to manipulate external circumstances to get what we want, rather than assuming the state of already having our desire fulfilled. This kind of conditional kindness often leads to disappointment and resentment. Where our kindness is not reciprocated in the way we expect, we feel cheated, unappreciated. We may even become bitter, thinking, after all I've done for them, this is how they treat me. But in reality, we were never truly giving. We were engaging in a transaction with kindness as our currency. True kindness, my friends, comes with no strings attached. It is not a means to an end, but an end in itself. It is a natural expression of our divine nature, flowing from a state of abundance and love. When we give from this state, we do so joyfully, with no expectation of return. We give because giving is its own reward. Imagine, if you will, a beautiful rose bush in full bloom. Does the rose demand anything in return for its beauty? Does it withhold its fragrance from those who do not appreciate it enough? No, the rose simply is. It blooms because that is its nature. Its beauty and fragrance are given freely to all who pass by, whether they stop to admire it or not. You, my dear listeners, are like this rose. Your kindness, your love, your divine essence is meant to be expressed freely, not as a means of control or manipulation, but as a natural overflow of who you truly are. To shift from conditional kindness to true unconditional kindness, we must once again turn to our imagination. We must assume the state of already having all that we desire. From this state of completeness, of abundance, kindness flows naturally with no need for reciprocation. Imagine yourself as a being of pure light, radiating love and kindness in all directions. This light doesn't discriminate. It doesn't calculate. It simply shines because that is its nature. From this state, your kindness becomes a gift to yourself as much as to others. It becomes a joyful expression of your true nature rather than a means to an end. When you operate from this state, you'll find that your relationships transform. You'll no longer feel the need to keep score or expect anything in return for your kindness. You'll be free to give without attachment, to love without condition. And paradoxically, you'll likely find that you receive more than ever before. Not because you're manipulating others through kindness, but because you're aligning yourself with the abundant, giving nature of the universe. Now let us delve into the fourth and final way in which kindness, when misunderstood, can ruin your life. Kindness, when it becomes a fixed identity rather than a fluid expression, can limit your growth and prevent you from fully embodying all aspects of your divine nature. Many of us, in our quest to be good people, latch onto kindness as a primary identity. We pride ourselves on being the kind one, the nice guy, the one who always helps others. While this may seem noble on the surface, it can actually become a cage that limits our full self-expression and prevents us from growing into the multifaceted beings we truly are. You see, my dear friends, you are not just kind. You are not just any one thing. You are a divine, infinite being capable of embodying all states of consciousness. You contain within you the potential for every human quality and experience. When you fixate on kindness as your primary identity, you may inadvertently suppress other aspects of yourself that are equally valid and necessary for your growth and the fulfillment of your purpose. There are times when we need to be firm, when we need to say no, when we need to express anger or disappointment. There are times when we need to be selfish in order to honor our own needs and boundaries. There are times when we need to be competitive, assertive, or even ruthless in pursuit of our goals. All of these states are part of the human experience, and all have their place in a fully lived life. But if we've built our identity around being the kind one, we may find ourselves unable to access these other states when they're needed. We may struggle to stand up for ourselves, to compete effectively, to express our anger in healthy ways. We may find ourselves stuck in situations that no longer serve us because we're afraid that leaving or saying no would be unkind. Remember, my friends, that consciousness is fluid. It is ever changing, ever evolving. Your true identity is not any fixed state or quality, but the awareness that can embody all states. You are the actor who can play any role, the artist who can paint with all colors. To truly understand this, we must once again turn to the power of imagination. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself as a vast, clear sky. In this sky, various clouds form and dissipate, clouds of kindness, clouds of anger, clouds of joy, clouds of sadness. Notice how the sky remains unchanged, unaffected by the clouds that pass through it. It doesn't cling to the gentle, wispy clouds and reject the dark, stormy ones. It simply allows all clouds to form and pass. You are this sky. Your true self, your I am, is this vast, unchanging awareness. Kindness, like all states, is simply a cloud passing through you. It is an expression of you, but it is not you. When you truly understand and embody this truth, you free yourself from the limitations of any fixed identity. You become able to express kindness when kindness is called for, firmness when firmness is needed, anger when anger is appropriate. You become fluid, adaptable, able to meet each moment with exactly what's required. This doesn't mean that kindness becomes less important or less valuable. On the contrary, when kindness is no longer a fixed identity but a chosen expression, it becomes more genuine, more powerful. It becomes a conscious choice rather than a compulsive behavior or a means of maintaining an image. Imagine, if you will, a skilled martial artist. This martial artist is capable of great power and even violence when necessary. But it is precisely because they have cultivated this power that they can also choose gentleness. Their kindness is not born of weakness or fear, but of strength and conscious choice. You, my dear listeners, are like this martial artist. By embracing all aspects of your being, by allowing yourself to embody all states, you actually enhance your capacity for true kindness. You become kind not because you must, not because it's your only option, but because you choose to be in each moment. So how do we put this into practice? How do we free ourselves from the limitations of kindness as a fixed identity while still embracing kindness that is a mere beautiful expression of our divine nature? The key, as always, lies in our imagination. Begin by imagining yourself as that vast, clear sky, allowing all states to pass through you without clinging to any of them. Practice embodying different states in your imagination. Feel what it's like to be kind, then to be firm, then to be angry, then to be joyful. Notice how the awareness behind all these states, remain unchanged. In your daily life, start paying attention to the states you embody. Are there situations where you default to kindness out of habit or fear, even when another response might be more appropriate? Practice allowing yourself to respond authentically in each moment, rather than always falling back on kindness as a default. Remember, this is not about rejecting kindness. It's about freeing kindness from the confines of a fixed identity and allowing it to become a fluid, authentic expression of your true self.
As you practice this, you may find that your kindness actually becomes more powerful and genuine. You may find that you're able to set boundaries more effectively, to say no when necessary, to stand up for yourself and others in ways you couldn't before. You may find that you're able to pursue your goals with more determination and focus, knowing that you can be kind and assertive, gentle and strong.
My dear friends, as we come to the end of our exploration of these 4 ways in which kindness, when misunderstood, can ruin your life, I want to emphasize that this is not an indictment of kindness itself. Kindness, in its truest form, is a beautiful expression of our divine nature. It has the power to transform lives, to heal wounds, to bridge divides. What we've been discussing is not kindness itself, but the misunderstandings and misapplications of kindness that can limit us and keep us from fully expressing our true selves. By recognizing and moving beyond these limitations, we actually enhance our capacity for genuine kindness. Let's recap what we've discovered. First, we learned that kindness stemming from a place of lack or unworthiness can perpetuate a false self-image. The solution is to shift our consciousness to a state of completeness and divine self-worth, allowing kindness to flow naturally from our overflow. Second, we explored how kindness used as a means of avoiding conflict or suppressing our true feelings can lead to weak aspiration. We learned that true kindness includes kindness to oneself, honoring our own needs and speaking our truth. Third, we discussed how kindness used as a means of controlling outcomes or manipulating others can lead to disappointment and resentment. We discovered that true kindness comes with no strings attached, flowing freely from a state of abundance. Finally, we examined how kindness, when it becomes a fixed identity, can limit our growth and prevent us from fully embodying all aspects of our divine nature. We learned to see ourselves as the vast awareness that can embody all states, including but not limited to kindness. Now, my dear friends, I invite you to take these insights and apply them in your own life. Begin to observe your acts of kindness. Are they coming from a place of lack or abundance? Are you using kindness to avoid conflict or to manipulate outcomes? Have you made kindness a fixed identity that's limiting your full self-expression? As you become aware of these patterns, don't judge yourself. Simply observe. And then, using the power of your wonderful human imagination, begin to shift your consciousness. Imagine yourself as that chalice overflowing with life, giving from your abundance. Imagine yourself speaking your truth with kindness and authenticity. Imagine yourself giving freely, with no expectation of return. Imagine yourself as that vast, clear sky able to embody all states as needed. Remember, you are not here to be just kind. You are here to be fully, gloriously, unabashedly you. You are here to express all aspects of your divine nature. Kindness is a beautiful part of that nature, but it is not the whole of it. As you liberate kindness from misunderstanding and limitation, you'll likely find that your capacity for true kindness actually expands. You'll find yourself able to be kind in ways you never imagined before. Kind to yourself as well as others, kind in your truth-telling as well as your comforting. Kind in your boundaries as well as your giving. This, my friends, is the paradox and the promise of our exploration today. By examining how kindness can ruin your life, we've actually discovered how to enhance and deepen our capacity for genuine kindness. We've uncovered a path to a more authentic, more empowered, more fully expressed life. So go forth from here with this new awareness. Allow kindness to be a fluid, authentic expression of your true self rather than a limitation or a means to an end. Embody the state of already being all that you desire to be, and let your kindness flow naturally from that state of completeness. Remember, you are the operant power in your world. Your consciousness creates your reality. As you shift your consciousness around kindness, you'll find your outer world shifting to match. You'll attract relationships and circumstances that honor your authentic self-acting. You'll find yourself able to give and receive kindness in new and beautiful ways. This is the promise and the invitation I leave you with today. It is the call to step fully into your power as a divine creator, to embody all aspects of your true nature, including but not limited to kindness. It is the opportunity to transform not only your own life, but the lives of all those you touch. For when you express kindness from a place of wholeness, authenticity, and conscious choice, you become a living example of what's possible. You inspire others to do the same. And in this way, one person at a time, we can transform our world. So go forth, my dear friends, and be kind, not because you should, not because you must, but because you choose to, from the infinite wellspring of your divine nature. Be kind, and be all else that you are as well. For in embracing the fullness of your being, you fulfill your highest purpose and express your truest self. Thank you. And may your journey of self-discovery and authentic expression bring you to the full realization of your divine natures and the complete manifestation of your heart's desires. Imagine, if you will, that your life is not a single fixed timeline, but rather an infinite tapestry of potential realities, all existing simultaneously. You, my beloved, are the master weaver of this tapestry, constantly moving between these realities with each thought, each belief, and each assumption you hold to be true. But how can you know when you have shifted? How can you recognize that you are now experiencing a different version of your world? The first sign, and perhaps the most profound, is a sudden and inexplicable shift in your emotional state. You may find yourself feeling lighter, more joyful, more at peace with the world around you. This is not mere coincidence or a fleeting mood. It is a reflection of the new reality you have stepped into. In this new world, the very fabric of your being resonates at a higher frequency, attuned to the infinite love and abundance that is your true nature. Consider for a moment the times when you've experienced a sudden uplift in your mood, a sense of optimism that seemed to come from nowhere. This, my dear friends, is not random. It is a clear indication that you have shifted your consciousness to a reality where joy and positivity are your natural state of being. You have, in essence, tuned yourself to a different station on the cosmic radio, one that broadcasts endless possibilities and fulfilled desires. But the signs of your shift go beyond mere emotions. Look around you, observe the world with new eyes, and you will begin to notice subtle changes in your environment. Perhaps you find that traffic lights turn green just as you approach, or that you consistently find the perfect parking spot. These are not mere coincidences. They are manifestations of your new reality, one in which the universe conspires in your favor, smoothing your path and aligning circumstances to your benefit. In this new reality, you may also notice that your relationships begin to transform. People who once irritated you now seem more tolerable, even pleasant. Conflicts that once seemed insurmountable now resolve themselves with surprising ease. This is because in this new world you are vibrating at a frequency of love and understanding, and the people around you cannot help but respond in kind. You have shifted to a reality where harmony and mutual respect are the norm, not the exception. Your physical body, too, provides evidence of your shift. You may find that chronic ailments begin to ease, that you have more energy, that you sleep more soundly. This is because in your new reality, health and vitality are your natural state. Your body is simply aligning itself with the perfection that you have always been, that you have now allowed yourself to experience. Another compelling sign of your shift is a newfound sense of synchronicity in your life. You may find that you think of someone only to have them call you moments later. Or you may come across exactly the information you need, precisely when you need it. These synchronicities are not mere chance. They are the universe responding to your thoughts and desires, confirming that you are in perfect alignment with your true self. In this new reality, you may also notice a shift in your perception of time. Days may seem to flow more smoothly, without the usual sense of rush or urgency. You accomplish more, yet feel less stressed. This is because you have shifted to a reality where time is abundant, where you are always in the right place at the right time, effortlessly achieving your goals and fulfilling your desires. Your dreams, too, may become more vivid, more meaningful. You may find yourself having prophetic dreams, or waking with solutions to problems that had previously baffled you. This is because in your new reality, the veil between your conscious and subconscious mind has thinned, allowing you greater access to the infinite wisdom that resides within you. One of the most telling signs that you have shifted realities is a newfound sense of purpose and direction in your life. Goals that once seemed unattainable now feel within reach. You may find yourself taking inspired action, moving confidently towards your desires without doubt or fear. This is because in your new reality, you are fully aligned with your true purpose, and the universe conspires to support you in every way. But perhaps the most profound sign of all is a shift in your sense of self. You may find that you no longer identify solely with your physical body or your personal history. Instead, you begin to recognize yourself as a vast, infinite being capable of creating any reality you choose. This expanded sense of self is the true you, the eternal you now fully expressed in your everyday experience. My dear friends, these signs are not meant to be a checklist, something to anxiously monitor or force into being. They are natural expressions of your true state, glimpses of the infinite potential that you are. The very fact that you are hearing these words, contemplating these ideas, is itself a sign that you have already begun to shift. But you may ask, How can I consciously create these shifts? How can I move myself into these new, more desirable realities? The answer, my beloved, is simpler than you might imagine. It lies in the power of your imagination and your unwavering faith in the reality of your desires. To shift reality, you must first understand that your imagination is not a fantasy, not a mere daydream, but the very substance of reality itself. When you imagine a desired state, you are not creating something new, but rather tuning into a reality that already exists. Your task is simply to accept it, to feel its truth, to live from that state here and now. Begin by choosing a desire, something you wish to experience in your reality. It could be anything: perfect health, a loving relationship, abundant wealth, or a sense of deep inner peace. Now close your eyes and imagine that this desire is already fulfilled. See it, feel it, taste it, touch it in your mind's eye. Make it as real and as vivid as you possibly can. But do not stop there. The key to shifting realities is to persist in this imaginal act. You must live from the state of your wish fulfilled, not just for a moment or an hour, but consistently, persistently, until it becomes your dominant feeling state. This is what I mean when I say assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must become feeling the person you would be if your desire were already a fact. As you persist in this state, you will begin to notice the signs we have discussed. Your emotions will shift, your outer world will respond, synchronicities will abound. These are all confirmations that you are indeed experiencing a new reality. But do not become attached to these signs or anxiously await them. Your only task is to persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, to live as if your desire is already a fact. Remember, my dear friends, that time is no barrier in the realm of imagination. In your imagination, you can be and have anything you desire instantly. There is no waiting, no process of becoming. In the moment you truly accept and feel the reality of your imagined state, you have shifted. The outer world may take time to reflect this shift, but make no mistake. The shift has occurred the moment you accepted it as real. Now, some of you may be wondering about the mechanics of this process. How can simply imagining and feeling create such profound shifts in reality? The answer lies in the nature of consciousness itself. You are not a physical being having occasional spiritual experiences. You are an infinite spiritual being having a temporary physical experience. Your consciousness, your awareness, is the one and only reality. Everything you perceive as out there is really occurring within you. The entire universe exists within your consciousness. When you shift your consciousness through imagination and feeling, you are quite literally shifting the entire universe. This is why your outer world invariably conforms to your inner assumptions. It has no choice. It is not separate from you. It is you, extended in space and time. When you grasp this truth, when you truly understand that there is no out there separate from your consciousness, you will understand the true power you wield in every moment. But my beloved, do not let this power frighten you or overwhelm you. It is your natural state, your birthright. You have been wielding this power all along, creating your reality in every moment. The only difference now is that you are becoming conscious of the process, learning to direct it deliberately rather than unconsciously. As you begin to consciously shift your reality, you may encounter doubts or fears. Old beliefs and habits of thought may resist the new state you are attempting to assume. This is natural and to be expected. Remember, these doubts and fears are not obstacles to be overcome, but simply parts of the old reality you are leaving behind. When doubts arise, do not fight them or try to push them away. Simply observe them, acknowledge them, and then gently return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Your persistence in the new state will eventually dissolve these doubts. just as the sun inevitably disperses the morning mist. It's important to understand that shifting realities is not about forcing change or struggling against your current circumstances. It is about allowing yourself to be who you truly are, to experience the abundance and joy that is your natural state. You are not creating something new, but rather allowing your true self to express itself more fully in your experience. As you continue to practice living from the state of your wish fulfilled, you may find that your desires themselves begin to change. What once seemed important may no longer hold the same appeal. This too is a sign of your shift. As you align more closely with your true self, your desires naturally evolve to reflect your expanding consciousness. My dear friends, the process of shifting realities is not a one-time event, but a continuous unfolding. Each shift opens up new possibilities, new potentials to explore. You are on an eternal journey of self-discovery and self-expression, constantly expanding and evolving. But remember, there is no ultimate destination, no final reality to reach. Each reality is perfect and complete in itself, a full expression of some aspect of your infinite being. Your task is not to reach some imagined perfect state, but to fully enjoy and appreciate each reality you experience, knowing that you have the power to shift at any moment. As you become more adept at consciously shifting realities, you may find that the very nature of your experience begins to change. The boundaries between different realities may begin to blur. You may have moments of expanded awareness where you can sense multiple realities simultaneously, understanding how they all fit together in the grand tapestry of existence. This expanded awareness can be both exhilarating and challenging. You may find yourself navigating between different versions of reality with increasing ease, but also with a growing sense of responsibility. For with great power comes great responsibility, and the power to consciously create your reality is the greatest power of all. But do not let this responsibility weigh you down. Remember that you are always supported, always guided by your higher self, by the infinite intelligence that is your true nature. Trust in this guidance, listen to your intuition, and you will always be led to the reality that serves your highest good and the highest good of all. As you continue to shift and expand your consciousness, you may also find that your sense of identity begins to change. The you that you thought you were, defined by your personal history, your physical attributes, your social roles, begins to feel less solid, less real. Instead, you begin to identify more with the awareness that observes all these things, the unchanging consciousness that persists through all your shifts and changes. This expanding sense of self is not a loss, but a tremendous gain. You are not losing yourself, but rather discovering your true self, the infinite, eternal being that you have always been. As you embrace this larger identity, you will find a deep sense of peace and security that nothing in the external world can shake. From this expanded state of awareness, you begin to see that all the different realities you experience are like waves on the ocean of your consciousness. Each wave is unique and beautiful, but none of them define or limit the ocean itself. You are that ocean, vast, deep, and infinitely creative. As you navigate through these different realities, you may find that your purpose begins to shift as well. Where once you may have been focused on personal gain or achievement, you may now feel called to serve others, to help them awaken to their own power to create reality. For as you shift and expand, you naturally lift others around you, inspiring them by your example. But remember, my dear friends, that even this desire to serve is just another experience, another reality to explore. Do not become attached to it or make it into a burden. Allow it to flow through naturally as an expression of your expanding love and awareness. As we near the end of our time together, I want to remind you that the sight which discussed the emotional shifts, the synchronicities, the changes in your outer world are not the goal. They are simply signposts, confirmations of the inner shift that has already occurred. The true shift happens within, in the quiet sanctuary of your own consciousness. Your task, your joy, your privilege is simply to be aware, to watch with wonder and gratitude as your reality unfolds, knowing that it is all a reflection of your own magnificent, infinite being. Whether you experience what you consider positive or negative circumstances, know that it is all you, all an expression of some aspect of your consciousness. Embrace it all. Learn from it all. Enjoy it all. For in the end, this is why you are here. Not to reach some final perfect state, but to experience the joy of creating, the thrill of exploration, the wonder of discovering yourself anew in each moment. My beloved, you leave here today, know that you have already shifted. The very fact that you have heard and contemplated these ideas is proof that you are no longer the same person you were when you arrived. You have expanded, you have grown, you have shifted to a new level of awareness. Go forth now and live from this new awareness. Allow yourself to be surprised and delighted by the new reality that unfolds around you. Trust in your power to shift at any moment, to create anew in every instant. For you are the operant power, the one and only creator of your experience. Remember, the entire universe exists to express the magnificence that you are. Every person, every circumstance, every experience is a gift, an opportunity to know yourself more fully, to express your true nature more completely. Embrace it all with love and gratitude, knowing that it is all you, all a reflection of your infinite eternal being. And so, my dear friends, as we bring this discourse to a close, I invite you to take a moment to feel the reality of who you truly are. Close your eyes if you wish, and allow yourself to expand beyond the confines of your physical body, beyond the limitations of your personal history, beyond even the boundaries of this present moment. Feel yourself as the vast, infinite awareness that you are. Feel the power that flows through you, the power to create worlds, to shift realities, to experience the fullness of existence in every moment. Feel the love that you are, the love that embraces all of creation, that knows no boundaries or conditions. From this expanded state, look at your life with new eyes. See the perfection in every detail, the divine order in every circumstance. Know that you have created it all, and that you have the power to create anew in every moment. Feel the freedom that comes with this knowledge, the joy of being the conscious creator of your experience. As you move forward from this moment, carry this awareness with you. Let it infuse every thought, every word, every action. Live from the state of your wishes fulfilled, not as a technique or a practice, but as the natural expression of who you truly are. For you are the blessing you seek, the love you desire, the abundance you crave. You are all of it here and now. Go forth, my beloved, and create consciously. Shift realities with joy and abandon. Explore the infinite possibilities that lie within you. And always remember the truth of who you are, the one and only creator of your experience, the infinite, eternal being expressing itself in human form. You are blessed, you are loved, you are infinite. Now go and live from that truth, and watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. For truly the kingdom of heaven is within you, and it is from this inner realm that all outer realities spring forth. Thank you, my dear friends, for allowing me to share these truths with you. May your journey of conscious creation be filled with joy, wonder, and endless discovery. Remember, you are the miracle you seek, the power you revere, the love you long for. Embrace this truth, live from this truth, and watch as miracles unfold in every area of your life. Go now in peace and in power, knowing that you carry within you the ability to shift to any reality you desire. The choice is yours, the power is yours, the creation is yours. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and above all, use it consciously. For in your conscious use of this power lies the key to your freedom, your fulfillment, and your ultimate realization of who you truly are. And so it is. Amen. Imagine, if you will, a world where the very fabric of reality bends to your will, where the thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold shape the experiences you encounter. This is not a flight of fancy, my dear friends, but the fundamental nature of our existence. You see, the universe in which we live is not a cold, indifferent machine, but a responsive, malleable substance that takes on the form of our dominant impressions. Let us begin by understanding the crucial principle: your mind, your wonderful human imagination, is the God of which all sacred texts speak. It is the creative power through which all things are made manifest. When you truly grasp this concept, you will realize that the power to create wealth, abundance, and prosperity lies not in some external force, but within the confines of your own consciousness. Now you might be wondering, how can this be? How can my thoughts possibly manifest money within such a short span of time? The answer, my friends, lies in understanding that time is but an illusion of the physical world. In the realm of spirit, in the domain of imagination, there is no past, no future, only the eternal now. And it is in this eternal now that all possibilities exist simultaneously. To activate your mind and manifest money within 24 hours, you must first shift your consciousness. You must move from a state of lack and wanting to a state of abundance and having. This shift is not something that happens in the outer world. It is an inner movement, a change in your mental atmosphere. When you can feel the naturalness of being wealthy, when you can sleep in the assumption of your desire fulfilled, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. Let me share with you a technique that, when applied with unwavering faith and persistence, can bring about miraculous results. As you retire to bed tonight, I want you to close your eyes and construct a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire for wealth. Perhaps you see yourself holding a bank statement with a balance that thrills you. Or maybe you feel the weight of your wallet, heavy with crisp new bills. Whatever scene you choose, make it as vivid and as real as you possibly can. Now here's the crucial part. You must enter into this scene. You must participate in it fully, using all your senses. Feel the paper of the bank statement between your fingers. Smell the crisp scent of new currency. Hear the rustle of bills as you thumb through them. Make this imaginal act so real that it takes on the tones of reality. You must persist in this state until you feel a sense of satisfaction, a feeling that tells you, yes, this is done. As you drift off to sleep, carry this feeling with you. Let it be the last thing on your mind as you enter the world of slumber. For it is in sleep that the subconscious mind is most receptive, most malleable to the impressions we give it. And it is the subconscious that possesses the power to bring our imaginal acts into physical manifestation. But remember, my dear friends, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. Therefore, when you awaken in the morning, you must maintain this feeling of wealth, this consciousness of abundance. Do not let the appearances of the physical world shake your conviction. For what you see now is but the shadow of past thoughts and beliefs. The new state you have entered will take a little time to project itself onto the screen of space. Throughout your day, whenever you have a quiet moment, revisit that scene. Feel once again the joy, the excitement, the naturalness of being in possession of the wealth you desire. Let this feeling permeate every fiber of your being. For you are not trying to get something, you are acknowledging that you already have it in the realm of imagination, and therefore it must come into physical expression. Now, Some of you might be thinking, but Neville, I've tried positive thinking before, and it didn't work. To this I say there is a world of difference between mere positive thinking and the art of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Positive thinking often still carries with it the consciousness of lack, the awareness that you are trying to change something. But in the law I'm teaching you, there is no trying. There is only the acknowledgement of what is already yours in imagination. Consider the biblical phrase, before they call, I will answer. This is not some mystical promise, but a statement of how reality operates. The moment you can feel the reality of your desire, the moment you can live from the end as though it were already accomplished, in that instant your prayer is answered. The things and events of the outer world are merely catching up to the truth you have accepted in your imagination. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this principle. I once knew a man who was in dire financial straits. His business was failing. His debts were mounting. And he could see no way out of his predicament. He came to me desperate for a solution. I shared with him this very law we're discussing today. At first he was skeptical, but he was also at his wit's end and willing to try anything. I instructed him to go home and, before sleeping, to construct a scene that would imply his financial problems were solved. He chose to imagine himself sitting in his office, looking at a pile of paid invoices and a bank statement showing a healthy balance. I told him to make this scene as real as possible and to fall asleep in this state. The next morning, he awoke feeling different. There was a lightness to his step, a confidence he hadn't felt in months. Nothing in his outer world had changed yet, but he felt that everything was going to be all right. Throughout the day, he held on to this feeling, revisiting his imaginal scene whenever doubt tried to creep in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Within 24 hours, he received a call from a client he hadn't heard from in years. This client had a large project and wanted to work exclusively with him. The advance payment for this project was enough to cover all his outstanding debts and breathe new life into his business. So is this a coincidence? Absolutely not. It was the law in operation. The moment he changed his inner state, the outer world had to realign itself to match his new consciousness. This, my friends, is the power you hold within you. This is the creative force of your imagination at work. But let me be clear, this is not about manipulating external circumstances. It's not about forcing the world to bend to your will. Rather, it's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of reality. It's about recognizing that the world of form is born from the formless realm of imagination. Now, some of you might be wondering about the morality of using your imagination to manifest money. You might be asking, is it right to simply imagine wealth into existence? To this I say, the use of your imagination is the most fundamental right you possess. It is, in fact, your duty to use this God-given gift to create a life of abundance and joy, not just for yourself, but for all those around you. You see, when you liberate yourself from financial worry, when you step into a state of abundance, you become a blessing to the world. You are able to give more, to help more, to make a greater positive impact on the lives of others. The wealth you manifest is not taken from anyone else. It is created anew from the infinite abundance of the universe. Consider this: every invention, every work of art, every business, every advancement in human society began as an idea, as an imaginal act. The phone in your pocket, the chair you're sitting on, the very building we're in, all of these were once just thoughts in someone's mind. By bringing these thoughts into physical reality, these individuals not only enriched themselves, but added value to the world. So I urge you, do not feel guilty about using your imagination to create wealth. Instead, recognize it as your sacred duty. For in doing so, you are aligning yourself with the creative principle of the universe. You are fulfilling your role as a co-creator with the divine. Now, let's delve deep in the mechanics of this process. When you imagine yourself in a state of wealth, when you feel the naturalness of abundance, you are literally reshaping your concept of self. And your concept of self is the foundation upon which your entire life experience is built. Most people live their lives based on a concept of self that was given to them by others, their parents, their teachers, their society. They accept limitations that were never truly theirs. But you, my dear friends, you have the power to consciously choose your concept of self. You have the ability to decide right here and now that you are a person of wealth and abundance. This decision, this shift in your concept of self, is not something that happens on a purely intellectual level. It must be felt. It must be experienced with the full force of your imagination. When you can feel the reality of being wealthy with the same intensity that you feel the floor beneath your feet, that's when true transformation occurs. Let's practice this together right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and relax. Now, I want you to imagine you are holding a check in your hands. This check is made out to you and the amount on it is more money than you've ever had in your life. Look at the numbers. See them clearly. Feel the paper between your fingers. Notice the weight of it in your hands. Now, I want you to amplify this experience. Feel the excitement coursing through your body. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of possibility that comes with this newfound wealth. Let this feeling grow stronger and stronger until it fills your entire being. This, my friends, this feeling is more important than any mental picture. For it is your feelings that shape your reality. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Different, don't you? That feeling, that state of consciousness, is what you must return to again and again. That is the fertile soil in which the seeds of your desires will grow and bear fruit. But here's a crucial point. You must persist in this new state. The old man, the old concept of self, will try to reassert itself. Doubts will arise. The evidence of your physical senses will try to convince you that nothing has changed. This is where your faith will be tested. Remember, faith is not blind belief. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is the conviction that what you have imagined and felt as real in your mind must by cosmic law be made manifest in your physical reality. When doubt arises, when the old patterns of thought try to pull you back, you must return again and again to that feeling of wealth, that consciousness of abundance. Think of it this way. Your imagination is like a gardener planting seeds. The feeling of wealth, the consciousness of abundance. These are the seeds you are planting in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. But just as a gardener doesn't dig up the seeds every day to see if they're growing, you must not constantly question whether your imaginal act is working. Instead, you must water these seeds with your attention, your faith, your persistent assumption that what you have imagined is already a reality. And just as surely as an acorn grows into an oak tree, your imaginal act will grow into a physical reality. Now let's address a common concern. Some of you might be thinking, but what about action? Don't I need to do something in the physical world to manifest money? This is a valid question, and the answer might surprise you. Yes, action is important, but it's not the kind of action you might be thinking of. You see, the most important action is the action of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This internal action, this movement of consciousness, is far more powerful than any external action you could take. When you successfully assume the feeling of being wealthy, when you live from that state of consciousness, you will be moved to take whatever outer actions are necessary to bring your desire into manifestation. These actions will not feel like effort or struggle. They will feel natural, inspired. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you. People will be drawn to you, eager to do business with you. This is the law in operation. This is the power of your activated imagination. But remember, the outer actions are not the cause of your wealth. They are the result of your change in consciousness. They are the bridge of incidents that lead to the fulfillment of your desire. The real work, the true action, takes place in your imagination. Now I want to address something that many of you might be experiencing. As you listen to these words, as you contemplate this law, you might be feeling a sense of excitement mixed with disbelief. A part of you might be saying, this sounds too good to be true. It can't be this simple. This reaction is natural. It's the old consciousness, the old concept of self fighting to maintain its existence. But I want you to consider something which is simpler. To believe that you must struggle and strive for years to accumulate wealth, always at the mercy of external circumstances, or to accept that the power to create the life you desire lies within you, waiting to be activated by your imagination. The truth is, this law is simple. But simple does not mean easy. It requires a fundamental shift in how you view reality. It demands that you take full responsibility for your life experience. It asks you to question everything you've been taught about the nature of reality and your place in it. This is why so few people truly succeed in consciously creating their reality. Not because it doesn't work, but because they're unwilling to persist through the initial period of uncertainty, the period where their new assumptions have not yet been made manifest in the physical world. But you, my dear friends, you who have chosen to be here today, you are different. You are the select few who are ready to take control of your destiny. You are the ones who will persist, who will hold fast to your new assumption of wealth and abundance, even when the outer world seems to contradict it. And make no mistake, the outer world will seem to contradict it, at least at first. This is the time of testing, the time when your faith in the unseen reality must be stronger than your faith in the evidence of your physical senses. But if you can persist through this period, if you can maintain your new state of consciousness regardless of outer appearances, you will see miracles unfold in your life. Now let's talk about the time frame mentioned in our topic, within 24 hours. Some of you might be wondering if it's really possible to manifest money that quickly. The answer is a resounding yes, but with a caveat. The manifestation of your desire in the physical world is not subject to time as we understand it in our three-dimensional existence. In the fourth dimensional realm of imagination, the realm where all creation begins, there is no time. There's only the eternal now. When you successfully impress your subconscious mind with the feeling of wealth, when you can live in the state of the wish fulfilled, the seed of your desire is planted instantaneously. The 24 hours mentioned in our topic is not a rigid time frame for physical manifestation. Rather, it refers to the period within which you can fundamentally alter your state of consciousness. When you go to sleep tonight in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, when you maintain that state upon waking and throughout your day, you will have activated your mind to manifest money. From that point on, the bridge of incidents that leads to the physical manifestation of your desire begins to form. For some, this manifestation might occur within 24 hours. For others, it might take a bit longer. But make no mistake, once you have truly assumed the state of wealth in your imagination, its physical manifestation is assured. The key is to focus not on the when, but on the what. Focus on maintaining the feeling of wealth, the consciousness of abundance. Let go of any anxiety about how or when your desire will manifest. Remember, the feeling is the secret. The feeling of wealth, experienced with all the vividness of your imagination, is the cause. The outer manifestation of money is the effect. Now, I want to share with you a powerful technique that can help you maintain this state of wealth consciousness throughout your day. It's a technique I call wearing your desire. Here's how it works. Imagine that your desired state of wealth is like a garment, a beautiful tailored suit or dress. In your imagination, put on this garment. Feel the texture of the fabric against your skin. Feel how it fits you perfectly. Feel the confidence, the assurance that comes wearing this garment of wealth. Now, as you go about your day, whenever you start to doubt, whenever the old state tries to reassert itself, remind yourself, I am wearing my desire. I am clothed in wealth. Feel it, experience it as vividly as you can. This simple technique can work wonders in helping you maintain your new state of consciousness. Remember, my dear friends, you are not trying to create something new. You are simply aligning yourself with the wealth that already exists in the infinite realm of possibility. You are choosing to embody a particular state of being, a state of wealth and abundance that already exists in the spiritual realm. Your job is not to make it happen. Your job is to select the state you wish to embody and then to occupy that state so completely in your imagination that it becomes your new reality. The outer world has no choice but to conform to your inner assumption. Now, some of you might be wondering about the role of gratitude in this process. Gratitude is indeed a powerful force, but not in the way many people think. You see, most people believe they should be grateful for what they have in order to receive more. But this approach still carries with it the consciousness of lack, the awareness that you don't yet have what you desire. True gratitude, the kind that aligns with the law we're discussing, is gratitude for what you have imagined as real. It's the feeling of thankfulness that arises naturally when you have successfully assumed the state of your wish fulfilled. When you can genuinely feel grateful for your imagined wealth, as though it were already a physical fact, you align yourself powerfully with the state of having that wealth. This alignment, this feeling of gratitude for your imagined reality, serves to amplify your assumption and accelerate its manifestation. It's a recognition of the truth that what you have conceived in imagination is as real as any physical fact. This kind of gratitude doesn't come from a place of lack or wanting, but from a place of abundance and fulfillment. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. The law we've been exploring is not a one-time event, but a way of life. It's not about manifesting money once and then returning to your old patterns of thought. It's about consistently living from the state of abundance, regardless of outer circumstances. Even after you've successfully manifested money, continue to occupy the state of wealth in your imagination. Make it your permanent dwelling place. For as you do this, you'll find that abundance becomes your natural state of being. Money and opportunities will flow to you effortlessly, not because you're focusing on manifesting them, but because you're consistently embodying the state of wealth. Remember, the outer world is constantly conforming to your inner assumptions. By maintaining a consistent state of wealth consciousness, you ensure consistent experience of abundance in your physical reality. This is the true secret to lasting prosperity. In closing, I want to remind you of the immense power you hold within you. Your human imagination, properly understood and applied, is the very force that shapes reality. It is the God power spoken of in Scripture, the creative principle of the universe individualized in you. You are not a helpless victim of circumstances, but the author of your life story. With your imagination, you have the power to rewrite that story at any moment. Choose now to write a story of abundance, of wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Choose to step into the state of wealth, to wear it like a garment, to feel its reality with every fiber of your being. Go forth from this place with the knowledge that you are now activating your mind to manifest money. Know that as you sleep tonight in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, as you awaken tomorrow morning in the state of wealth, you are setting in motion forces beyond your comprehension that will move heaven and earth to bring your desire into manifestation. And finally, my dear friends, remember this, the law we've discussed today is not just about manifesting money. It's about recognizing and claiming your birthright as a creative being. Use this law not just for personal gain, but to enrich the world around you. For as you step into your power, as you manifest abundance in your own life, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. You become living proof of the limitless potential that resides within each of us. Go now and create the life of abundance you desire and deserve. The power is yours. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and watch in awe as your world transforms before your very eyes.
Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine holding a life of unimaginable wealth in your hands, not in some distant future, but as if it already exists. Feel the texture of that life, the freedom, the ease, the joy it brings. This is not wishful thinking, it is the power that transforms lives. We live in a world where reality constantly demands our attention, chaining us to what is visible and measurable. But the truth is, the visible is only a reflection of the invisible. The wealth you seek will never arrive if you anchor your mind solely in what is. Instead, to become super rich, you must shift your focus from reality to the unseen, to the vision of the life you desire. The first step is to understand this: the outer world is nothing but a mirror of your inner state. If you see lack, it's because your inner dialogue echoes with scarcity. If you see limitation, it's because your imagination has not been allowed to roam free. Wealth is not something you chase, it is something you summon by aligning your inner consciousness with abundance. Your present circumstances are only shadows of your past beliefs. To change them, stop giving energy to what you see and begin to focus on what you desire. Imagine vividly that you are already wealthy. How do you feel? How do you act? What does your life look like? Immerse yourself in that feeling until it becomes more real to you than the world around you. It is not enough to hope or want, you must embody the certainty that it already is. Doubt is the language of limitation. The moment you allow doubt to seep in, you reinforce the reality you're trying to escape. The path to wealth is a narrow one because it requires unyielding faith. Guard your mind as you would a treasure chest, allowing no thought of failure or scarcity to take root. When you plant a seed, do you dig it up every day to check if it's growing? No, you trust the process, knowing the seed will sprout in due time. Wealth works the same way. Your job is not to figure out how it will come. Your job is to align yourself with the feeling of already having it, trusting that the invisible forces of creation will arrange the rest. Words carry immense power. Speak about your wealth as though it's already yours. Declare it with conviction, even if the outer world hasn't caught up yet. When you say, "I am wealthy," you are not lying to yourself. You are commanding reality to align with your vision. Gratitude is the bridge between desire and manifestation. Be thankful not for what you have now, but for the wealth you know is on its way. When you live in gratitude, you tell the universe, "I trust you. I know you've already delivered my riches." And in that trust, miracles unfold. The moments before sleep are sacred. As you drift into unconsciousness, your mind is most impressionable. Visualize your wealthy life just before sleep, feeling the joy and security it brings. This practice sows seeds of abundance deep into your subconscious, where they will grow and bear fruit. Wealth is not a destination, it is a state of being. It is not reserved for a select few, it is available to anyone who dares to claim it. The key is to stop reacting to what is and start creating what will be. Shift your focus away from reality, not to escape it, but to reshape it. In the unseen lies the foundation of all visible wealth. Dare to believe, dare to feel, and dare to claim the riches that are already yours. The world will follow your lead, for creation begins not in action but in imagination. Wealth is not elusive. It is not a privilege granted to a select few. It is a state of consciousness, a mindset, a decision. To possess wealth outwardly, you must first possess it inwardly. It is not achieved through hard labor alone or through mere luck. It is a deliberate act of shifting your focus, a mastery of the unseen forces that govern reality. You are not at the mercy of external circumstances, for the power to change them lies entirely within you. Do not allow the noise of the external world to distract you from the truth. What you see with your physical eyes is not the ultimate reality. It is a reflection, a projection of the beliefs and feelings you hold deep within. If you look around and see lack, it is only because lack has found a place in your consciousness. If you see struggle, it is because struggle has become the story you tell yourself. But just as easily as you created these conditions, you can uncreate them and replace them with abundance. The key lies in mastering your imagination, for imagination is the foundation of creation. When you imagine wealth vividly and consistently, you activate a creative power that begins to mold the world around you to match your vision. Close your eyes and picture the life you desire not as something distant or uncertain, but as something real, something present, something inevitable. Feel the joy of having it now. Feel the freedom, the security, the excitement of unlimited possibilities. The more you dwell in this state, the more real it becomes, until eventually the outer world has no choice but to align itself with your inner reality. Do not underestimate the power of feeling. It is not enough to think about wealth, you must feel it. Your emotions are the language through which you communicate with the infinite. When you feel wealthy, even if your bank account tells a different story, you are sending a signal to the universe that this is your truth. The universe, impartial and obedient, responds by rearranging circumstances to reflect that truth. This is not magic, it is law. What you feel, you attract. What you dwell upon, you become. But here lies the challenge the present moment often screams for attention. It demands that you focus on what is rather than what could be. Bills must be paid, obligations met, and hardships endured. Yet if you allow these temporary conditions to dominate your focus, you only perpetuate them. The secret is to live in the world yet not be of it. To see the circumstances before you but refuse to accept them as permanent. To acknowledge the present while steadfastly believing in the vision of your future. Every moment you are faced with a choice. Will you let the evidence of your senses dictate your beliefs, or will you let your beliefs dictate the evidence of your senses? Choose wisely, for one path leads to stagnation, and the other leads to transformation. When you shift your focus away from what is and toward what will be, you set a process in motion that cannot be stopped. You have planted the seed of wealth, and as long as you nurture it with faith and persistence, it must grow. Faith is the cornerstone of this process. Faith is not hope, it is certainty. It is knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that your vision will become reality. When you have faith, you do not need to see immediate results to know that progress is being made. Just as the farmer trusts that the seed he plants will one day yield a harvest, so too must you trust that your vision of wealth will manifest. Doubt is the enemy of creation. To doubt is to dig up the seed before it has had a chance to grow. Guard your mind against doubt, for it has the power to undo all the work you have done. In this journey, patience is your ally. The outer world often takes time to catch up with your inner transformation. This is not a sign of failure, but a natural part of the process. Do not let impatience derail you. Persist in your imagination, no matter how long it takes. The longer you hold the vision, the stronger it becomes, and the more inevitable its manifestation. Remember, the wealth you seek is not outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be claimed. The circumstances of your life do not determine your wealth, your consciousness does. Change your consciousness, and your circumstances must follow. This is not a theory or a philosophy, it is a law, as reliable as gravity. When you align yourself with the feeling of already being wealthy, the universe responds with opportunities, ideas, and resources that bring your vision to life. One of the most powerful tools you have is your words. Speak as though your wealth is already a reality. Declare it with confidence, not as something you hope for, but as something you know to be true. Words are not just sounds, they are commands that shape the fabric of reality. When you say, "I am wealthy," you are not pretending or deceiving yourself. You are affirming the truth of your inner vision, and in doing so, you are calling it into existence. Gratitude is another key to unlocking wealth. Be grateful, not only for what you have, but for what you are becoming. Gratitude creates a powerful vibration that attracts more of what you appreciate. When you give thanks for your wealth, even before it has appeared in physical form, you create a state of receptivity that allows it to flow into your life. Gratitude is the language of abundance. Use it often and watch how your reality begins to shift. Nighttime offers a unique opportunity to reinforce your vision. As you drift off to sleep, your mind is in a state of heightened receptivity. Use this time to imagine your wealthy life in vivid detail. See yourself living in the home of your dreams, traveling to the places you've always wanted to visit, sharing your abundance with those you love. Feel the emotions of gratitude and joy, as though it is all happening now. This practice imprints your vision onto your subconscious mind, which then works tirelessly to bring it to fruition. To persist in this work, even when the outer world shows no immediate signs of change. The process of creation takes time, and the greatest transformations often happen beneath the surface, invisible to the eye. Do not let appearances discourage you. Hold steadfast to your vision, knowing that it is already on its way. Reality must conform to the beliefs you hold with conviction. This is not a possibility, it is a certainty. Wealth is your birthright, but it is not something that can be claimed through effort alone. It must first be claimed in consciousness. The world will try to convince you otherwise. It will tell you that you must work harder, sacrifice more, and settle for less. Do not listen to these voices. They speak from ignorance, not truth. The truth is that you are the creator of your reality, and wealth is yours for the taking when you align yourself with its frequency. Let your imagination be your guide. Let your feelings be your compass. Let your faith be your foundation. When you shift your focus away from the limitations of reality and toward the boundless possibilities of your vision, you unlock a power within you that is greater than any obstacle, greater than any challenge, greater than any circumstance. You become a magnet for wealth, a creator of abundance, a master of your destiny. The power of your focus determines the trajectory of your life. Where your attention flows, energy goes, and where energy flows, creation happens. To become super rich, you must discipline your mind to dwell not on what is lacking, but on what is abundant. This practice of shifting focus is not an escape from reality, but a deliberate act of creation. You are not ignoring the world as it appears, you are transcending it, seeing through the illusion of limitation to the infinite abundance that lies beneath. You must cultivate a vision of wealth so vivid and so compelling that it becomes more real to you than the physical circumstances surrounding you. Every day, revisit this vision. Engage with it fully. Hear the sounds, see the sights, and feel the textures of your imagined reality. When you walk, walk with the confidence of someone who has already achieved great success. When you speak, speak with the authority of one who knows their worth. By embodying this state of mind, you transform your entire being into a vessel ready to receive abundance. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, whispering that your dreams are too big or that your circumstances are too dire. Recognize these thoughts for what they are, remnants of an old mindset that no longer serves you. Do not fight them or resist them. Instead, gently redirect your focus back to your vision. The more you do this, the weaker those doubts become until they fade into the background, replaced by the certainty of your success. It is essential to guard your mind against negativity. The world is filled with voices that will try to convince you that wealth is difficult to achieve, that opportunities are scarce, or that you are undeserving. These are lies born of fear and ignorance. Do not let them take root in your consciousness. Instead, surround yourself with positive influences, books, people, and environments that uplift and inspire you. Create a sanctuary in your mind where only thoughts of abundance and possibility are allowed to enter. As you continue this journey, you will notice changes not just in your external circumstances, but in your internal state. You will feel lighter, freer, more confident. This is a sign that you are aligning with the energy of abundance. Embrace this feeling. Let it guide you in your actions, decisions, and interactions. When you operate from a place of abundance, you naturally attract opportunities that resonate with that energy. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and encountering the right ideas. Wealth is not a solitary pursuit. It is a flow, a circulation of energy that touches the lives of many. As you step into your abundance, remember to share it freely. Give generously, not out of obligation, but out of joy. When you give, you reinforce the belief that there is always more than enough. This creates a cycle of giving and receiving that multiplies your wealth many times over. Generosity is not a drain on your resources, it is a catalyst for greater abundance. Your imagination is the workshop of the soul, the place where all great achievements begin. Use it wisely. Do not squander it on idle fantasies or fearful thoughts. Instead, channel it into the creation of your ideal life. Imagine not just wealth, but also the impact you will make, the lives you will touch, and the legacy you will leave behind. Let this vision inspire you to take bold, decisive action. Each step you take in alignment with your vision brings you closer to its realization. The journey to wealth is as much about personal growth as it is about financial gain. As you expand your consciousness to include greater abundance, you will discover strengths and talents you never knew you had. You will become more resourceful, more resilient, and more attuned to the opportunities around you. This is the true wealth, the ability to create, adapt, and thrive no matter the circumstances. Money is simply a reflection of this inner richness. The process of becoming super rich is not a straight line. There will be setbacks, detours, and challenges along the way. But these are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. Each challenge you face is a chance to reaffirm your commitment to your vision. Do not view these moments as failures, but as stepping stones on the path to success. With each challenge you overcome, you grow stronger, more focused, and more capable of handling even greater abundance. The laws of the universe are unchanging. What you focus on expands. What you feel, you attract. What you believe, you become. These are not mere words, but principles that govern the fabric of reality. Align yourself with these laws, and there is no limit to what you can achieve. Do not wait for the perfect moment to begin, for the perfect moment is now. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust that everything else will fall into place. The wealth you desire is already yours. It exists in the unseen, waiting for you to claim it. All that is required is a shift in focus, a realignment of your thoughts and feelings with the frequency of abundance. Do not let appearances deceive you. What you see is not all that there is. Beneath the surface lies a limitless field of potential, ready to be shaped by your imagination and will. You are not a victim of circumstance, you are a creator, a master of your destiny. Let this truth guide you as you move forward. Live each day as though your wealth has already manifested. Act with confidence, speak with authority, and think with clarity. The more you embody the state of being rich, the faster it becomes your reality. This is not a matter of if but when. Hold your vision, trust the process, and know that your success is inevitable. You are destined for greatness, and nothing can stand in your way. The universe is conspiring in your favor, ready to deliver the abundance you so richly deserve. Your destiny is shaped by the thoughts you persistently entertain. If you continually see yourself in lack, your world will mirror that lack. But if you shift your focus to abundance, to the life of unimaginable wealth and joy that you desire, then your reality must align with that focus. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law. The unseen powers that govern this universe respond not to your words or hopes, but to the deep convictions of your heart. You must take this truth and live it. Walk through each day as if you have already attained the wealth you seek. Feel the security it brings, the freedom it provides, and the joy it offers. These feelings are the currency of creation. They carry the blueprint of your desires into the fabric of reality. Every time you feel grateful for a life of abundance, even if it has not yet materialized in the physical realm, you are planting seeds that will inevitably grow into your experience. Do not concern yourself with the how. The path to your riches is not your concern. Your task is to focus on the end, to live in the fulfillment of your desire, as if it were already true. The how is the work of the unseen forces that respond to your belief. Trust this process. Doubt is the only thing that can delay your progress. If doubts arise, do not fight them. Acknowledge them, and then gently return your focus to your vision. Consistency is your greatest ally. Your wealth will come through avenues you cannot predict. It may arrive as a sudden opportunity, an inspired idea, or a chance meeting. Be open to these signs and act on them with confidence. When you move in alignment with your vision, you will find that doors open effortlessly, resources appear, and circumstances rearrange themselves to support your success. This is not coincidence, it is the manifestation of your focus and belief. Money is energy, and like all energy, it flows where it is invited and stays where it is valued. To attract wealth, you must cultivate a mindset of respect and appreciation for money. See it not as something to be hoarded or feared, but as a tool for creation and contribution. When you use money with purpose and gratitude, you create a flow that brings even more into your life. This flow is infinite, as long as you remain aligned with the energy of abundance. Every moment is an opportunity to affirm your wealth. Your words, thoughts, and actions must all align with the life you are creating. Speak only of prosperity, think only of possibility, and act as if your wealth is already here. This alignment creates a powerful resonance that draws your vision into reality. It is not enough to wish for wealth, you must embody it. Be the person who is already rich, and the world will reflect that truth back to you. Imagine for a moment that you are an artist, and your life is the canvas. Your thoughts are the brushstrokes, your feelings the colors, and your actions the composition. What masterpiece are you creating? Are you painting a picture of scarcity and struggle, or one of abundance and joy? The choice is yours. You have the power to create anything you desire. All it takes is a shift in focus, a decision to see beyond the limitations of the present and into the limitless possibilities of the future. The world around you is not fixed. It is fluid, malleable, and responsive to your inner state. When you change your focus, you change the world. This is why it is so important to guard your thoughts and feelings. Do not let the negativity of others or the challenges of life distract you from your vision. Stay committed, stay focused, and stay inspired. Your persistence will pay off, and the wealth you seek will become your reality. This journey is not without its tests. There will be times when circumstances seem to contradict your vision, when the evidence of the senses tempts you to abandon your belief. These moments are not setbacks, they are opportunities to strengthen your faith. When you remain steadfast in your focus, even in the face of apparent lack, you demonstrate the power of your conviction. And it is this unwavering belief that moves mountains and creates miracles. You are not limited by your past, your circumstances, or your current resources. These are but fleeting conditions, subject to change the moment you shift your focus. Do not dwell on what has been or what is. Instead, fix your gaze firmly on what will be. The future is yours to create, and it begins now, in this moment, with the thoughts you choose to think and the feelings you choose to feel. Make them count. Your imagination is your greatest asset. It is the tool through which you shape your reality. Use it wisely. Spend time each day visualizing your ideal life in vivid detail. See yourself living in the home of your dreams, driving the car you desire, traveling to the places that inspire you. Feel the joy, the freedom, and the gratitude of having it all. This is not a mere exercise, it is a rehearsal for the life that is coming to you. As you continue to focus on your vision, you will notice subtle shifts in your world. These are the first signs of your manifestation taking form. Celebrate them, no matter how small they may seem. Each shift is a confirmation that your focus is working, that your belief is creating change. Let these signs fuel your confidence and strengthen your commitment to your vision. The wealth you desire is not just for you. It is a gift to be shared, a blessing to be multiplied. When you give from a place of abundance, you affirm the truth of your wealth. Giving is not a loss, it is an expansion. The more you give, the more you receive, for in the act of giving, you align yourself with the flow of abundance. Let your wealth be a source of joy and inspiration to others, a testament to the power of focus and belief. You are more powerful than you know. Within you lies the ability to create a life of unimaginable wealth and joy. All it takes is a shift in focus, a decision to see beyond the limitations of the present and into the infinite possibilities of the future. Trust in this power, use it wisely, and know that the wealth you seek is already yours, waiting for you to claim it. Every thought, every feeling, every action you take in alignment with this truth brings you closer to the life you desire. You are the creator of your reality, the master of your destiny, and the architect of your dreams. Embrace this truth and let it guide you to the abundance that is your birthright. When you allow your inner vision to take precedence over the outer reality, you enter a realm where anything becomes possible. This is not escapism, it is mastery. To shift your focus away from the constraints of what is and immerse yourself in the creative power of what can be is to wield the same force that brought the universe into being. You align yourself with the essence of creation itself, and in doing so you summon the resources, opportunities, and experiences necessary to fulfill your desires. There will be those who question this approach, who insist on clinging to the tangible, the measurable, and the observable. They may call your dreams unrealistic or your focus impractical. But understand this, the reality they hold so tightly to is but a reflection of their own limited beliefs. Do not let their doubts become your doubts. Stand firm in your conviction, for the power within you is greater than any opinion or circumstance. Each day you must act as the person you wish to become. This means more than visualizing your desires, it means living them in your mind and actions. Dress, speak, and carry yourself as though you are already wealthy. Let your attitude and demeanor reflect the abundance you know is yours. This is not pretension, it is preparation. You are aligning your external actions with your internal state, creating a harmony that accelerates the manifestation of your desires. You will find that as you embody this new identity, the world begins to respond differently to you. People will see the confidence in your stride, the certainty in your voice, and the vision in your eyes. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will come knocking at your door. This is not luck or coincidence, it is the inevitable outcome of living in alignment with your vision. The universe cannot help but match the energy you project. Remember, you are not chasing wealth, you are attracting it. Chasing implies lack, a belief that what you desire is separate from you. Attraction, on the other hand, is a recognition that wealth is already yours in essence, awaiting your alignment to bring it into form. This subtle but profound shift in perspective changes everything. When you stop seeking and start embodying, you move from a state of striving to one of receiving. Gratitude is a powerful force in this process. Even before your wealth appears in tangible form, give thanks for it as though it is already here. Gratitude is the language of abundance, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. When you feel grateful, you create a vibration that resonates with the wealth you desire, drawing it into your experience. Begin and end each day with gratitude, not just for what you have, but for what you know is on its way. Do not underestimate the power of persistence. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when the evidence of your senses seems to contradict your vision. In these moments, return to the truth of your inner world. Reaffirm your focus and remind yourself that the outer reality is merely a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. It is in these moments of challenge that your faith is tested and strengthened. Stay the course, for the reward is worth every ounce of effort. As you navigate this journey, be mindful of the stories you tell yourself and others. Words are not just expressions, they are declarations of your belief. Speak only of abundance, possibility, and success. Avoid the temptation to complain or dwell on limitations, for every word you speak reinforces a reality. Let your words be a reflection of the life you are creating, not the life you are leaving behind. Time is not your enemy, it is your ally. Trust in the divine timing of your manifestations. The universe operates with precision, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways that may be invisible to you. Just because you cannot see progress does not mean it is not happening. Trust that every step you take, every thought you think, and every feeling you cultivate is moving you closer to your goal. Patience is not passive, it is an active state of faith. Surround yourself with images, symbols, and reminders of the wealth you desire. Create a vision board, write affirmations, or place objects in your environment that evoke the feelings of abundance. These physical representations serve as anchors for your focus, keeping your vision alive and vibrant. They remind you of what you are creating and reinforce your commitment to the process. Do not fear failure or setbacks. They are not signs that you are off course, but rather opportunities for growth and refinement. Each challenge you face is a lesson, each obstacle a stepping stone. Embrace them as part of your journey. knowing that they are shaping you into the person who can sustain the wealth you are attracting. Failure is not the end, it is a necessary ingredient in the recipe for success. Your imagination is infinite, and so are your possibilities. Do not limit your vision to what seems reasonable or attainable. Dream boldly, for the size of your vision determines the size of your success. The universe does not recognize limits, it responds to the energy and clarity of your focus. If you can imagine it and believe in it, you can achieve it. Let your imagination be the blueprint for the life of wealth and joy you desire. Take time each day to connect with the stillness within you. This is where your true power lies, in the quiet depths of your being. In this stillness, you can access the wisdom, guidance, and inspiration that will light your path. Meditation, prayer, or simply moments of silence can help you reconnect with your inner world and realign with your vision. This is not a luxury, it is a necessity for those who seek to create extraordinary lives. You are not alone in this journey. There is a force greater than you, a divine intelligence that supports and guides you. Trust in this power and know that it is always working on your behalf. When you feel overwhelmed or uncertain, surrender your doubts to this higher power. Let it carry your burdens and illuminate your path. Faith is not a weakness, it is the greatest strength you can possess. Your wealth is not just a destination, it is a journey of transformation. As you align with abundance, you will discover strengths, talents, and capacities within yourself that you never knew existed. You will grow in confidence, wisdom, and compassion. The person you become in the process of attracting wealth is the greatest reward of all. Let this journey be as much about who you are becoming as it is about what you are achieving. The power to create wealth lies within you, waiting to be awakened. It is not something you must acquire or achieve, it is something you must realize. The moment you shift your focus, you activate this power and set into motion the forces that will bring your desires into reality. Do not wait for permission or approval. Claim your power now and let it guide you to the life of abundance and joy that is your birthright. In closing, remember that the journey to extraordinary wealth and abundance begins and ends within you. It is not a matter of external circumstances or luck, but a deliberate shift in focus, belief, and imagination. As you align your thoughts with your desires and embody the person you wish to become, the world around you will inevitably reshape itself to reflect this new reality. Trust the process, remain steadfast in your vision, and nurture unwavering faith in the unseen. You are a creator, a vessel of infinite potential, and the architect of your destiny. Let your imagination lead, let gratitude anchor you, and let persistence carry you forward. The wealth you seek is already yours in essence. Claim it boldly, live it fully, and let it flow effortlessly into your experience. The life of your dreams is not just possible, it is waiting for you to embrace it.